What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. So I figured that I would start here at home before I head out because we were working on the catio and then it got dark and we didn't really get to show you what we came up with. So we had to change around the plan a few times, but we have everything figured out and how we're going to do like the ceiling or the roof of the catio. So we have one piece that's kind of up, but it's not fully secured yet. I'm gonna show you guys that and I'm gonna head to the store. So there it is. So instead of just rolling out the thing all the way down and trying to somehow attach it, we figured it'd be much easier to do this. And so this one corner is attached, but it'll be attached all the way down so it's nice and flush going down like that. It's attached to, well, at least this piece is attached to the fence on the side here. And then the top part will just be stapled into the windowsill with like the really small staples, so you won't be able to notice them. And there's all sorts of nails in this wood already, so shouldn't be a big deal. But we got some stuff in here. There's this like little stump that the cats can sit on and look out, so it should be pretty cool when it's done. We're gonna be working on this in the next few days, but tonight we are leaving after we close the store and we're doing something really, really cool. So Abby is staying home today. She may come in at some point. I kind of don't think she's going to, but she might. But we have some stuff that we need to get done for us to do what we're doing tonight/tomorrow. So it's going to be better and easier if she stays home to get some of those things done. And I'm hoping that she will also make the smoked salmon. So we bought salmon, or she bought salmon the other day to make some smoked salmon homemade. We have a smoker, which we haven't used in about a year or so. Maybe a little bit longer than a year, because I feel like we would have vlogged it, or maybe we did, I don't remember. But either way, our homemade smoked salmon, or I should say Abby's homemade smoked salmon, is way better than any other smoked salmon I've ever had from anywhere. And we really, really like it. So I'm hoping that she will do that today, and then we'll have it for our weekend, which would be really, really awesome. So as far as I know, she's planning on coming in later, but I'm actually going to probably text her in a bit and just tell her to stay home and please to work on the salmon. So we just had a guy leave. He's one of our regulars, and he is in some sort of film school or film class. And he actually just came and did like a little interview with me. And him and his girlfriend came in yesterday and got a bunch of like B-roll of the store. And I gave him permission to use whatever he wants from my YouTube channel as well. He's putting together like a final project for his class. So super cool. If he posts it on YouTube or something, I will link to it. It's obviously not going to be anytime in the next day or two. But once it is, I'll try to remember to let you guys know, and I'll talk about it in the vlog when he puts it up, and I'll put a link to it. But super cool. And then he picked up a copy of Mega Man X while he was here. And then we just had another guy come in. He traded in this PS3. It's a slim 160 gig model, all tested and everything. Came with cables, controller, the charger for the controller, and then a little stack of games here. We have Starhawk, a disc-only Blazing Angels, Turok. Oh, and one other thing. This case here, Gameplay, this is the place that we bought the inventory from, so he got it from them. Doom 3 and Darksiders. So pretty cool stuff. Mostly filler, but we are getting a little bit low on PS3 systems. That's why I took it. Plus, I'm really glad that I did, because we ended up talking. He's an older guy, maybe early 50s or so. And I said, if you have any Nintendo stuff, feel free to bring that in, because it's probably going to have some more value, and I'd definitely be interested. And he's like, well, I've got an original Nintendo with probably 30 games. And he said he has the boxes for every single one and the system. So he's going to try to bring it in today, but he's like kind of in the process of moving. That's why he's getting rid of this PS3, because he has a second one already. So he is going to bring it in. I just don't know if it's going to be today or maybe like sometime next week, because obviously we're closed tomorrow and the next day. So if he has time, I'm really hoping he comes in. the only games that he listed off to me were Zelda and Werewolf, but even those two with the boxes would be super cool to get. Plus, he did say the system has the box, and it's not a top loader, I know, because he said it was the one that's right there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope he brings that stuff in. That would be super cool to get right before, our weekend. So I'll let you guys know if it does come in. Of course, I'll be showing it to you guys. And luckily, my NES collection has been growing pretty well. So if he's got 30 NES games complete in box, I'm sure that there are plenty of them that are going to be duplicates for me. So usually when that happens, I just compare condition on mine and keep whichever one I think is in better condition and then bring the rest in here to the store. So hopefully I can add some cool stuff to the collection and get some cool stuff for the store as well. It's always awesome when it works out like that, and hopefully he comes in today. So it's 1:16 and I've still only had 2 customers in all day today. So I told Abby definitely do not come in. I'm really hoping she makes the salmon though, and I'll ask her to film it a little bit as well if she can. So I'm just taking advantage of the time here to get stuff done, get through some inventory. I just finished stickering the PS2 games that were here, and then I went through and there was a couple controllers and stuff and a system. I tested those, cleaned them, got the price tags on. So when Josh came in on Thursday, we had him test a bunch of stuff and clean it. So there's a tub of stuff that he worked on that's now ready to go. So I'm going to work on that, try to get it into the system and get that stuff done and put away as well. We have a couple smaller trades as well that came in yesterday that we haven't done yet, so I'm going to do those too. But today there might not be much to look at because we are super, super slow. So I've had 2 more customers come in now, but I do have another trade here to show you guys. This is from someone who's been in a few times to the store, and he actually is from, I believe, Virginia, and he was here going to school in Portland and is now moving back to Virginia and didn't want to have to lug all this stuff home. So he brought it here. So we have a couple strategy guides here, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. That's a really thick guide. Wind Waker, Final Fantasy X, SicCooper, and Sly 2. And then we have Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Sly 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, SicCooper, Kingdom Hearts 2, Dragon Quest 11, and Diablo Eternal Collection. And then we have Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box, and Mega Man Zero Collection. And then we have some amiibo here. So there's a Breath of the Wild Zelda, new in package, a Toon Link loose, a loose Ganondorf, a loose Samus, a loose Captain Falcon, and then a new in package Guardian, a new Mewtwo, a new Charizard, and a new Majora's Mask Link. This one is pretty expensive, same with the Guardian. But yeah, really, really cool stuff here, and I'm humbled that he brought it here over like any other store. He said moving back home, one of the worst parts is not being able to come here anymore, which is super awesome to hear, and he's going to keep up with us on Facebook or Instagram, and like always, we can ship stuff, so that's very cool. So I appreciate him bringing this stuff here, and I appreciate his kind words and business, of course. So thank you to you if you're watching, and yeah, really, really cool stuff. A guy just came in and said he was clearing out some stuff, and he just wanted to give us these guides. So that was super awesome of him. We have Diablo 3, Saints Row 2, Saints Row the 3rd, and Fable 3. So of course nothing like, super expensive, and if there was anything that was more expensive or like any Nintendo guides, I would have paid him for them, of course. Because I told him at first we tried to stick with like Nintendo stuff or anything older, and he's like, oh, well, I was just going to give them to you for free, so obviously I'm not going to say no to that. He was super, super nice. Had a couple other guys come in just to look around, but it's still been really, really slow. It's 2:37, and I have literally made one sale today for $25, and it was that copy of Mega Man X. So I'm really glad that I didn't have Abby come in, because I can't afford to pay her for an entire day of work if we only sell $25 worth of stuff. But it's not all bad. It's not bad to have, you know, slower days, especially like today, the day after our massive sale. I kind of expected it to be a little bit slower anyway. Plus, we did really, really good sales over the weekend, and now it's giving me time to catch up on some stuff. So it's not a bad thing, and I'm super excited for tonight. I haven't told you guys what we're doing yet, and I'm not going to. You will maybe find out at the end of this vlog. So, I have a really, really cool trade here to show you guys, but before we get to that, I have my first, like, bad customer story. So, I'm gonna set the camera down here so I don't have to hold it up because I don't know how long this is gonna be. So, whoa. Okay, not there. Okay. So, this is very weird. We haven't really had like any bad customers. Why is it so? There we go. We haven't had any bad customers up until this point. Like anything really bad. Like we've had a couple people who didn't like the offers that we made, but no one's ever like freaked out or anything. But this guy came in, and I'm not mad at the guy. Like there's no reason to be. It just wasn't cool what he did. And if for some reason, if by some chance he's watching, just please do not ever do that again. It's really, really not cool. So he came in, he traded in a couple things, which I guess I'll show you here. He traded in a white DS Lite and Horizon Zero Dawn for PS4. So he traded those in, he took credit, and then he used an extra $15 and he picked up Metroid for NES and a Switch controller. And then before he left, another customer came in who is one of our regulars, and he set a box on the counter of stuff that he was looking to trade in. And I was helping another customer get a Game Boy out of the glass case, so I didn't immediately go over and look in the box. The customer who traded in the DS, however, walked over and was like, hey, do you mind if I just look through? I see you're trading some stuff in, which already is a little fishy. You probably should not do that at a game store. But Derek was like, the guy who owned the box of stuff was like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you can look. And he ended up pulling out a game. It's Kirby's Dream Collection for the Wii. And he pulled it out, and he's like, oh, I want this game. I've been looking for it. Like, can we see what Cooper's willing to pay for it, and then maybe I can beat his price? And I wasn't in the conversation because I was helping this guy and his son with the Game Boy Advance, but I was listening, and like that is number one rule. You do not do that at someone's business. So I was listening, and Derek, who is our regular, he obviously understood that was not cool. And unfortunately, I was helping the dad and his son, and they were talking for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. And I didn't hear everything they said, of course, because I was, talking with the dad and everything. But eventually, I heard Derek tell the guy, even if you offered more, I would still sell it to Cooper, which is an awesome thing for Derek to kind of like take care of the situation like that. Because if, like, I wasn't going to make my offer in front of this other customer anyway, but if it had gotten to that point where he's like lurking around waiting to offer this guy a higher amount than what I'm going to say, I would have asked him to leave. And we've never had to do that before. We've never had anyone try to take our business like that, which is exactly what it was. And I talked about this with Derek, like he had an NES console that I passed on because we have so many of them. And I was like, if he wanted the console and I had already passed on it, then you're more than welcome to sell it to him. I don't care about that. But to come in and try to make a higher offer for something that, like, my customer has brought into my store, that's really, really not cool. Sorry, a customer walked in. But yeah, as I was saying, it's really not cool to do that. Like, I guess the argument that someone would try to make is that, well, I'm offering them more money, so I'm trying to help your customer get more money, blah, blah, blah. But it's just not cool. You're not supposed to do that. I have built up my business and my store so that I have the opportunity to have customers bring things in and sell them to me. And I've put in all the work and effort to make that happen, and we pay very well for the things that people bring in. That's why we get so much stuff. The other stores in the area do not get the amount of trade-ins that we do, and there's a reason for that. It's because we put a lot of work into building up relationships with our customers, and we put a lot of work into building up the store and making it what it is. You know, we do the YouTube stuff not only because I've always made YouTube videos, you know, in regards to my collection and video games and all that, so it's just a natural fit, but it's also a great promotional tool for the store. The guy that just came in, it was his first time in. I asked him where he heard about us from. He said that one of my vlogs popped up in his recommended feed on YouTube, and that's where he heard about the store from. So basically what I'm saying is, do not go into someone else's store and try to take their business. It's really, really not cool. And if you want the opportunity to buy things in a store like that, where customers are bringing in things that they want to sell or trade, and you want to be the one buying them, then you need to open up your own store. Don't go into someone else's store and try to take their business. Really, really not cool. But with all that negativity out of the way, let's take a look at the trade-in here. And this includes the game that the one guy was trying to get. So I don't like being negative in the videos or putting out videos that are negative, but I figured you guys would want to hear about it. People ask in the comments and stuff all the time, like, oh, what's your worst customer story? And so there it is. So let's take a look here. We have a clear purple Game Boy Advance. It's in pretty good shape. However, you have to like roll the batteries to get it to turn on. So I'm gonna have Richard take a look at it. It's just got some minor power issues. There's no corrosion in there, so it's got to be something else. It's nice and clean, but I did have to roll the batteries to get it to turn on. So he'll look at that and hopefully get it fixed up. We got some NES games here. Ninja Turtles, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Bubble Bobble, Kung Fu Heroes, X-Men, Loops, Zelda 2, and Zelda 1, both gold carts, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Metroid. That one's got some plastic rattling in it. I'll have to open that up. Baseball, 10-Yard Fight, Contra, Goonies 2, and Legendary Wings. Then we have Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for Genesis, Jurassic Park, and Sonic the Hedgehog. And then these are upside down, but we have Xenoblade Chronicles, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix for GameCube, a disc-only Mega Man Anniversary Collection for GameCube, Kirby's Dream Collection. This is the game that the guy was trying to basically buy out from under me. Not cool. Dokapon Kingdom for the Wii. This was the heavy hitter out of the lot here. This one is complete, in really good condition, and I already have this one in the collection. I bought mine from a game store up in Kelso for like 20 bucks. I have no idea why they had it priced so cheap. They probably missed a 1 in front of that 20. But this is a pretty expensive Wii game, and this one's going out. So Mario Galaxy 2, Mario Kart, Super Smash, Turtles Smash Up, and finally Simpsons Hit and Run for the GameCube. So that is a really, really good bundle of stuff, and I'm glad that I was able to get it despite that guy trying to get that Kirby game. So it's kind of a funny story. Like I said, I'm not mad at the guy or anything, and I'm sure that he didn't do it with intentions to harm my business. You know, he's just trying to get a game that he wants for himself. But if he really wants it, he can come back and buy it from us, because this one will be going out just like everything here. Pretty sure I have all these games in my collection. So this is all going out. I'm gonna try to work on this stuff right now. Closing early tonight, guys. It's just been so incredibly slow. We definitely did not hit the sales goal. We didn't do horrible, but wasn't that great. We maybe had 12 customers all day. So it's 7 o'clock. I posted on Facebook and Instagram and on the front door, of course, that we're closing a bit early. And we're going to get a little head start on our weekend. And so I'm not going to tell you guys everything, but I will let you know that we are going to Seattle. And we're going up there to pick something up. And what it is going to be a surprise for you guys. So I'm very excited. It's a really, really cool item. Obviously, it's worth driving 4.5 hours north. We do not live anywhere near Seattle. We live in the same state, but it's really far away. So we were planning on driving up tonight anyway, just because it's easier than because we have to meet up with someone tomorrow. And it's easier to drive up tonight and get a hotel room than to try to wake up really early and drive up tomorrow morning, since it is such a long drive. So we're going to Seattle and gonna pick up something really, really cool. So I'm gonna head home now and pick up Abby, then we will head out. All right, so before we head out, I have a bunch of packages to open. And I told you guys a little while ago that I sold a bunch of disc-only games and had some extra money in the PayPal, and I used a small portion of that to buy a few things for the collection, and a lot of those things arrived in the mail today. So we're gonna open them up here and take a look. There's some pretty cool stuff, and I'm very excited. So first up, they put this into one of these things, which is mail fraud. If you use this box, you are supposed to ship it priority. They just put it in there and then shipped it first class. So the first one we have here is, I'm going to take it out of the box protector, is a complete copy of GT64. So after I add these here to the collection, we are only going to be 13 games away from a complete in-box N64 set. So there's a few like this that I still need. This one has the baggie and everything. There's a few cheaper ones like this that we still need. So I'm glad to be able to knock things off the list when I can. All right, so that is the first one, and they gave me a handy dandy box protector. Put it back in there. All right. This is the next little package here. So after I finish up with the N64 set, I'm going to be focusing primarily on the GameCube set. And since I'm needing so few N64 games, it was actually hard to find enough that were priced at a price I'm willing to pay on eBay. New stuff gets posted all the time, of course, but at the time that I was looking, there was only a few games that I was really interested in at the prices that were posted. So I started looking at a few GameCube titles because that's the next system that I'm going for. So I figured, why not? So this is one of those here. I got picked up Ribbit King. This is a Bandai game, double disc. It's not super easy to find, and it's been going up in price. So I wanted to grab it now before it gets any higher. It's just a pretty uncommon game. Like, there's a bunch of GameCube games like that where they're not expensive yet, but they are uncommon. And I feel like this is one of them because it wasn't an expensive game not too long ago. So it's starting to finally go up in price. So I wanted to knock that one off the list early. Got another box here. I have 4 more boxes to open. There should be one more GameCube game, and then the rest should be N64. A couple of the things that I ordered were from Japan, so those are not here yet, of course. It's going to take a little while longer to get those ones. So the next one here, this is a game that I needed. This is a sealed copy. I didn't necessarily need it to be sealed, but there was one posted with a best offer option, and I pretty much offered the price of a complete copy, and they accepted it. So I got a sealed copy for the price of a complete copy, and that is Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. So, like I said, I didn't care about really getting it sealed, but when I found one, or when I was able to get one for the price of a complete copy, I wasn't going to turn that down. So there's that one. All right, 3 boxes left to go here. And then we're going to be on our way. Very excited. And Abby did the smoked salmon today, which I'm very, very excited about that. All right, we got some packing material. So this one was kind of an interesting listing. They had listed this game as complete, but it was not complete. And I was able to use that to my advantage because they had a best offer option. So they had it listed as, the title said complete and CIB, but there was actually no manual in the photos at all. So when I made my offer, I was like, hey, you have it listed as complete, but it's not. I'm still interested because I can buy manual separately, but here's what I'm willing to pay since it's not complete. And they accepted my offer, which was super cool. So I got the box and cartridge for Rampage 2. And technically, I already have this game, but I have the big box version, which is supposed to come with a plush keychain. I'm missing the keychain, but I had the game already. This is just a standard version. There's the cartridge, and then it also came with a plastic case, which I thought was kind of weird. But they had listed it as complete, like I said, definitely not. So I actually might already have a manual for this. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check, but still, another one off the list. Next box here. This is like completely covered in tape. Let me see if I can just open it like that. Oh yeah. Weird packing. Alright, so this one is just box and manual only. However, I don't think I knew about that, but it's got the baggie as well. So this cartridge is not too difficult to find, and I'm a little bit more worried about getting the boxes than I am the cartridges, because the cartridges are easy to find. They come into the store and everything. The boxes are the hard part. So this is box and manual only for Resident Evil 2, which is one of the better games I was still missing, I would say. And it's in pretty good shape too, so I'm happy with that one. And I'll just track down a cartridge at some point. Last box here. It is a bigger one. Alright. They used some weird foam pad things. Those are kind of heavy. I don't know why you would use those. Okay, so this is the last GameCube one here, and very happy to get this. So, it's not in perfect condition, but I really can't complain, because I got it for a pretty good price. This is the Resident Evil 10th Anniversary Collection for the GameCube. This is a slipcover, which has 3 games in it. They only came player's choice, so that's the only way to get it. Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil are all fully complete. The box has this little ding there and then this crease right there. But this was a GameStop exclusive, and it's not super easy to find. I think they had it listed, I think, for like $200 or best offer, and I got that down to about 55%, 60% of what they wanted. So I thought that was pretty good, and this is a nice one to knock off the list. These weird little like collections and the double packs and like there's a couple GameStop exclusive bundles and stuff. Those things are going up in price. So luckily I have the Monkey Ball 2-pack out of the way already, and now that one. I have one of the Pure Evil 2-packs. So I'm trying to get those big box and variant type stuff out of the way sooner than later, because I do see the trend going upwards on them. So those are all the packages I had to unbox. I know this video is super long already, but we're gonna get going, driving up to Seattle. All right, guys, we just got to our hotel after, what time is it now?
Time for you to get
What time is it?
It's midnight.
It's midnight. We left Vancouver at like 8:20, 8:15. So it's midnight now. We're finally at our hotel. Tomorrow morning, we are going to go check out a couple game stores, maybe Goodwill, Cash America pawn shops, whatever. We have a few hours to kill until we're meeting up with the guy. I'm not going to tell you what we're getting. I'm just going to show it to you once we get it. It's going to be really, really cool. So here's our hotel room. 2 beds are cheaper than 1, apparently. So
$10 cheaper.
$10 cheaper. So, oh, this is a beautiful painting. That's like the size of the wall. So anyway, we're gonna get to bed. I gotta edit this vlog tonight.
That used to be like a doorway into the other, like
Yeah.
the next door room or something.
The ceilings are very low in here. I can touch them.
No, you're abnormally tall.
No. Anyway, we gotta get to bed. I gotta edit the vlog tonight because I'm not gonna have time to do it tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna start that now. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye.